Welcome to the Gay Buddhist Forum, where teachers from all schools of Buddhism offer their perspectives on the Dharma and its application in modern times, especially for LGBTQI audiences. These talks are offered freely to the world and made possible by appreciative listeners. If you would like to support our efforts to share the Dharma with underserved audiences, please visit gaybuddhist.org. There you can donate, find a list of upcoming speakers, or enjoy many hundreds of these recorded talks dating back to 1996.
That was quick. Welcome back. Okay. I gotta get my order right. So let's take a moment to introduce ourselves. And I want to invite everybody to try something that I've never seen done here before, and that is when we say our name, I invite you to also share your preferred personal pronoun. And this is a little spillover from the Radical Dharma book group practice. It's an exercise of both inclusivity and also self-awareness. If you feel comfortable doing it, if it's a practice that you're comfortable with, no, nothing if you just say your name and move on. We'll assume your gender identity in referring you to the third person, but it's a practice that a lot of communities are doing more and more. So I'll begin and maybe we can move this way. So my name is David, and my he, him, or they.
Jason, he, him.
Christian, he.
Juan, I have no preference.
My name is Michael. I have no preference.
I'm Kay, he.
Gary, he.
Mark, he. Brian, he.
Bob.
My name is Jerry, he.
Jerry.
Clint, he or sweetheart.
I'm Ed, he.
I'm Larry.
Douglas, he. Cass, he, she, they.
My name is Harley. My name is Harley.
Jack, he.
Brad, he.
Tom, he.
Stephen, he. Samuel, he. Peter, he.
Jim, he. Richard, he, but I'm not hung up about it. Andreas, he.
Don.
My name is Ivan, he.
Jay, he.
Eve, she, her. Sweetheart.
Well, now I want to welcome and acknowledge again Brian, and remind me your name again.
Christian.
Christian. Douglas. Just those who are new or back. Yeah, I want to acknowledge. Today we have Eve. I'm going to take a stab at introducing you. Okay. I'm going to introduce you. So Eve's been teaching Dharma since 2000. She's a singer, songwriter, musician, and a teacher. She's been teaching the Dharma since 2006. She's a graduate of the Path of Engagement and Community Dharma Leader Training Program at Spirit Rock. I believe Eve currently leads groups on both Metta for Self and a monthly sit and sing sangha in Berkeley. Is that still happening?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know when that was written. So. And has released 3 CDs, has a new one, I understand, on their original Dharma-based music, and actually some are out offered for sale today. And so we'll have listened to Eve for a while. Some time for Q&A is also nice, and followed by some time we have together. So welcome.
Thank you. I have a question. Will you help me track time, because I don't.
Sure. Would you like to have it just as a...
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome. Well, I really consider it an honor to be here with you. I think each one of us is sacred, and I also think that the Dharma is a really useful place in which to find some helpful instructions for navigating this strange period we call life. There's a lot of good stuff in the Dharma. I came to the Dharma in 91, confused and suffering, and immediately felt the resonance of the teachings. And so I continue to find new revelations and insights in the Dharma 27 years later. Both through sitting practice, just the simple practice that we were doing today of unfusing the observing self from thoughts, which is what it's conditioned to do, and instead apply the observing self to the present moment awareness. In that simple practice, there's a lot of freedom and insight available. It's considered a fundamental refuge in Buddhism, but it takes practice because we're not taught to do it. And so the observing mind wants to keep coming back to the thoughts and believing them. And that's fine, actually, and useful when the thoughts are helpful and compassionate. But so often they're not helpful or compassionate, or even true. But because of the habit of the aware, observing self being so fused to the thoughts, we believe them like fundamentalist people believe their doctrines. That's how we are with our thoughts sometimes. And then our nervous system reacts, and there's a whole host of negative consequences. So an incredible opportunity to just sit and work on that practice of bringing awareness into feeling the body here in the present moment, using the breath as an anchor, and feeling the body here in the present moment. So much relief from that practice for me and what I teach to others too. And then also just some of the actual other teachings besides the awareness practice, which is at the heart of it. The teachings about love in particular, which is what we'll sing about today, mindfulness and love. In Buddhism, the Buddha taught there are four aspects of true love. 4 ways the heart shows up in this life. When you have your basic needs met, you're fed and you're clothed and you're housed and you're warm enough, then love looks like friendliness. Friendliness to ourselves and friendliness to the present moment and everything that's showing up in it. And we're all practicing that right now. Just by our kind actions, we're practicing friendliness right now. And so that's one of the first sort of ways that love shows up. And then when love meets any kind of pain, whether it's our own heartbreak or physical pain or mental obsession within our systems, or love meets the pain that's out in the world, in our loved ones and families, and then out beyond in the world, then love looks like compassion. And compassion is an energy of staying present with, so not abandoning, and responding. And when love meets pleasant circumstances, whatever those are for you. For me, I like hot tubs and warm sunshine and dogs and birdsong, hiking. And when love meets pleasure, it looks like appreciation, gratitude. So friendliness and compassion and appreciation are all forms of love. And then the 4th form of love that's taught in Buddhism is called equanimity, which is the capacity to be in this unpredictable life full of its ups and downs with some sense of groundedness and acceptance. So those are the things that we will kind of deepen in today together through music. I've been lucky to come and sit with this Sangha for some years now, and so some of you know my story, but in a nutshell, I was raised with a musical family, and I very early in life found music to be a refuge that would calm me and center me when there was no other way. And so I combine it with Dharma in my teaching. So these are a few of the songs that I've collected. If you come to my Sit and Sing Sangha in Berkeley on the fourth Thursday of each month, I have a whole songbook. So we really just go into, like the Beatles were really great Dharma teachers, and Paul Simon, like there's some really wonderful songs. But these are a few. And we'll start with Mindfulness in the song I Have Arrived. I have a low alto voice, and for coming here I pitch up a step and a half because I don't want her to have to do this when you sing with me. She'll be All right, so this song, I Have Arrived, Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a Vietnamese Buddhist teacher, says that this is the shortest complete Dharma talk he ever gave. And it's the teaching of our home is always here and now. We can, often I do, and we can be in the present moment with a sort of a sense of vigilance or startle, not sure, if we're completely safe. And the teaching is investigate the moment. Like, let go of your sense of vigilance for a minute in order to bring your curiosity in. Because this moment is the only moment in which we're here and alive. Hafiz says, God has circled this moment on a map for you. So we can bring our awareness into the moment and investigate it as if the universe gave it to us as our momentary home. So let's pretend that this room and all of us in here, the universe has given us this as our momentary home, and so we can feel our feet on the earth. Feel the breath, see each other. I am solid, I am free, here in this moment. I have arrived, I am whole in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am whole So we're often taught to use our breath as an anchor for practice, locating it physically. And I wanted to add that I learned a long time ago from one of my teachers, Gil Fronsdal, that if we can actually, we're welcome and invited to track the breath wherever it's most predominant. And many, many practitioners track it here. And when I started practice, I was tracking it at the lungs. But Gil taught me that it can be very grounding to track it down in the abdomen. And so you can experiment with that if you haven't already, and see how it affects you psychologically or emotionally at the different places of tracking. And I've found that tracking at the belly is really supportive for grounding. And in Myanmar, Burma, the teachers there in the Theravadan tradition also teach to track at the abdomen. And furthermore, the teaching there, and that has come here too, is as we track, to use the thinking mind to help the observing self stay with the direct experience with the simple phrases of rise and fall, rise and fall. And that can sometimes help, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the momentum of thinking is just so strong, and again, we hold that with incredible patience and compassion. The Buddha taught that patience is a supreme virtue. Just allowing our systems to slow down at their own rate, whether that takes, days or years. It's okay. So this next song, Breath, also from Thich Nhat Hanh. In breath, out breath, deep breath, slow breath, calm breath, ease breath, smile breath, release breath, present moment. Albert Einstein says there's two different ways of regarding things. One is though nothing is a miracle, and the other is though everything is a miracle. And what I find with mindfulness practice is that it's more possible to find the miracle. It's the veil of the thinking mind that makes things appear to be mundane. Nothing's mundane. I got an email yesterday from a student who said that with increased mindfulness practice, she's discovering the miracle in the moment, and that she has a habit of experiencing, anticipating the moment to be a nightmare. But with mindfulness practice, it's just like that investigative quality of mindfulness, like what's actually happening. You can begin to see that really it's all quite miraculous. And there's some ease and some joy in that observation. There's also patience and compassion and forgiveness available with mindfulness and the awareness that it's all a miracle, and that with the veil of thoughts. One time I was driving here in the Mission, and this is an ordinary sight to see, but I saw a man walking on the sidewalk like this, walking. You can see it all the time, right? Walking. And I knew, looking at him, because I know it in my own experience, that the thoughts had completely, like moss, covered up the present moment. And he had enough awareness to see where he was walking on the sidewalk. Mindfulness is a natural human quality. It's a natural animal quality. We strengthen it so that we can kind of push through the moss and see the miracle of the moment. Present moment, wonderful moment. So, the Buddha's big discovery, the word Buddha means one who is awake. Big discovery was that discovery of the essence of the ease that's possible here in the present. And so once he woke up, he spent 45 years teaching. Well, several years into teaching, had many monastics following him. He would send people into beautiful forests to sit like we are in beautiful places and practice mindfulness. Practice just aware of breath, aware of body. That was the instruction. So he sent a group of monastics in to practice at a forest, and they came quickly out and said, "We can't practice here, this forest is haunted." And that is the birth of the loving-kindness phrase practice in Buddhism. And here these words are Pali. Pali is, I had been taught until recently that Pali was the language that was spoken in North India during the time of the Buddha's life. And this language was kept alive by monastics after it had died out in North India. And it certainly was the language that was used, chipped into stone several hundred years after the Buddha died. The teachings were transmitted orally in several hundred years. Pali was the language. It was chipped into stone. But I've recently been hearing from scholars that maybe Pali wasn't the language that was spoken at the time of the Buddha. So just to say, I'm not sure anymore about that. These were the actual words. I've been saying these were the actual words the Buddha taught, and I'm not sure. But anyhow, they're hundreds and hundreds of years old.
What was the language if it wasn't Pali?
I don't know. I guess they don't know. Scholars aren't sure. But they think that Pali arose after the time of the Buddha, was used to write the teachings down. But yeah. Anyhow, they're old. And I like to imagine that they are the actual words the Buddha taught. What he said to those monastics was, go back into the forest, but instead of practicing your mindfulness, practice radiating love for all beings. So they did. They went back into the forest and they practiced, may all beings be happy, these phrases here, radiating love. And sure enough, the scary spirits of the forest transformed and became friendly to the meditators, and they were able to go back to their mindfulness practice. There are times when it is skillful to put down our mindfulness practice and pick up phrases of friendliness. For me, one of those times is on the dentist's chair. I really don't like going to the dentist, even though I know it's important self-care, and I'm really, really grateful that I have that care of my teeth. So the whole time I'm on the dentist chair, I say, may we be happy. May we be happy. So these words, these Pali words, Sabe, Sata, Sukhi, Hontu, are chanted in Burma and Myanmar, and were chanted in 2008 when the monastics went out on the streets in support of their families who were struggling financially because the government had raised the price of oil so much. It was a really courageous thing to do because the prisons in Burma are terrible. They went out on the streets and this was the chant that they chanted. It sounds like this. Sabe Sata Sukhi Hontu 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 Sabe Sata Beginning with that simple phrase, over several hundred more years, the phrases separated out further to be sent to certain categories of beings, beginning with oneself. The Buddha taught one who truly loves themselves could never harm another. So when we see somebody causing harm, there's some internal mirror of that going on. So beginning with ourselves, offering phrases of well-being, which boil down to safety, happiness, and in Buddhism, peace is considered the highest happiness. So safety, happiness, physical ease or health, and the ease that comes from excellent self-care. So these are the phrases. They can be short or long. I put a melody to the long phrases. Sing it for you once. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May I be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May I take care of myself and live with well-being. And I might invite all of us, myself included, as we sing these or listen to these, to invest them with intention, like spell, like magic wish. That's fun to do anyway. It's just fun. But also, brain science has shown that when we invest a desire with a deep intention or wish, like we're really putting some power into it, that it primes the nervous system to be on the lookout for that thing. Isn't that interesting? Like there is some power, and there's research on prayer that's related. There is some power in really buying in to what you're wishing for. So I invite us to do that as we wish for our own well-being and for the well-being of others. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May I be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May I take care of myself room. May we be happy, safe, free, peaceful, healthy, and at ease. All of our loved ones, family, friends, and community, pets, friends, pets. And then out farther and farther, just letting our hearts feel their yearning, their righteous, beautiful longing that all beings be free of suffering. Because if we were free of suffering, we wouldn't cause harm. May all beings be free. May we be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May we be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May we be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May we take care of ourselves and live with well-being. May we be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May we be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May we be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May we take care of ourselves and live with well-being. All right, I'm going to I think we have time for two more, so we'll move. So we've been singing about mindfulness with the first two songs, and about loving kindness or friendliness with the second two songs. And then when love meets pain, that's compassion. And this next song, song number 5, Sending You Light. And by the way, program people, this songwriter here, Melanie DeMore, she'd be an amazing person to bring to your Sangha. You can check her out on YouTube, but she's very, very powerful. And she wrote this song when her sister was dying, and it's now traveled the world. It's been translated into many languages, and it's that energy of compassion. As we sing, you can send it inward towards yourself and outwards towards any beings that can use the light of compassion today. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. Okay, I'm going to take us to the back of the song sheet. And the song Loved. And this song needs a different tuning on my guitar. So it'll be a moment, and I'm wondering if this could be a good moment for questions, if you have any questions about Dharma or your practice or for me, or comments. And if not, no problem. Yeah, Jim.
Thank you. It's so gorgeous. You said we get trapped when our observing mind attaches onto something.
Mm-hmm.
My experience of that being is that that's what's not attached. It's just there. The frontal lobe is doing the traffic.
Right. The observing mind is the one that's not attached.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It's just that if it gets fused with the thoughts or with the emotions, actually, I didn't mention that. Thoughts and emotions are not the problem. The problem is when we get fused to them and we're buying into them and believing them. Either fused to the thoughts when we get into rumination, we really can aggravate our nervous system, or fused to and buying into painful emotions. There's a really interesting story. Did you finish your question, Jim, before I launch off? Okay. There's a really interesting story. Orson Welles, early in his career, did a radio show. So this is back like in the 40s.
Yeah.
You know this story?
I do.
Yeah, isn't it? So.
It's like it happened right where I grew up.
Oh, really?
My parents remember all these Martians right like miles away from where.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, so the story is, and I'm going to give the punchline, which is, the problem isn't thoughts and emotions. The problem is merging with them. And we can use this other part, which is the observing self, and observe whatever's happening there. And it can be fine. But if we merge with it, that's where we create trouble. So that's the punchline. So here's the story. So Orson Welles was doing a radio show, and it was a science fiction story about aliens coming to Earth. And I can't remember what awful thing they were going to do, but the awful thing would be, you could save yourself from whatever awful thing the aliens were going to do if you ran to the nearest body of water in the story. Ran to rivers or streams or lakes or whatever. So, and this is before TV. So people really listen to radio a lot. So he starts the story, hello, this is Orson Welles, or however he talks. He starts the story and he goes off, well, a lot of people tuned in late. And they didn't know that it was fiction. And literally hundreds of people went running to bodies of water to save themselves from the incoming aliens. So the point is, was the problem the story? Or was the problem believing the story? Clearly, the problem was believing the story. Well, our thoughts are conditioned. And unfortunately, we do the best we can as kids coming up in any culture that we're in, but we buy into what we're taught, and we also create stories in our mind. And a lot of us have the I'm not good enough story. Like that's epidemic in many cultures around the world because of how kids come up. So those stories broadcast, and they can have a lot of momentum, and they broadcast in our minds. But like the Orson Welles story, it is possible to hear it like a radio that you can't turn off and not believe it and go on about your business. That is possible. And that's what we cultivate here. Because we have this observing self that can feel your butt in a chair right now. That part of your mind that can feel yourself sitting, that's your superpower. It's going to allow you to have a thought like, oh my God, my mother's coming for dinner tonight and I have to grocery, all those things, and just go, oh wait, I don't need to think about that right now. It's okay. I can come back into my present moment awareness and rest in the safety of the present moment. Whole nervous system relaxes. Or if you've already gone into a place of fear or anxiety or rage or whatever, and the whole sort of system is contracted around that, we can feel the emotions and bring a lot of space and breath around that and allow it to be without buying into it. That's actually the fourth quality of love, which is equanimity. Equanimity doesn't need to mean that the thoughts are all peaceful thoughts and that the system is all calmed down. Equanimity simply means that we can be with what's present and stay grounded with it. Because this world isn't going to become an oasis, internally or externally. For whatever reason, the universe has given us a rough go. But we can learn to have some peace within it. Yes.
I was wondering, because I find like that music is very also very healing. I like what you said about the intention.
Yeah.
I find that when I sing music and I sing songs, especially with words that are very like this, that you feel it kind of flows into you more, and you I guess that you buy into it more.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you had recommendations or a similar list for children, because I have a teacher and children experience of trauma. I thought a lot of students think about negative messaging from home or from the world they live in. And if you have any kind of special songs that are just designed for elementary age students.
I'm working on an album for kids that will be coming out in 2019. I planted him. No. And there's another artist named Betsy Rose, and she has a record out. It's a double record called Calm Down Boogie, for any of you with children in your life. And it has a lot of these same messages aimed at children. Calm Down Boogie, Betsy Rose.
Do you know if it has the chords for guitar, something?
Betsy's really good about that. You can check. I don't think the chords are. I don't think the chords are. It comes with a booklet with the words. The CD does, but you can check her website and you can email her. She's very generous. Okay. And all of these songs and more are on my most recent CD I brought is called In. Chants of Mindfulness and Compassion, and all of these are on there in longer form and lower because of the alto thing. But they're all available if you want to take that home. Or if you just wanted one of mine for yourself or for your families or whatever, they're on iTunes. Yes, and what else for kids? Well, that's my immediate go-to is Betsy. Yeah. Yeah. And if you do have children in your life too, in general, both East Bay Meditation Center and Spirit Rock Center have family programs that have a lot of great teachings for kids. But you couldn't bring your whole class, unfortunately. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to change the tuning because we have 3 minutes to 12. So I'm going to end with a song that's not on your sheet. And we'll be doing another dedication of merit momentarily as when we circle up. But this song is a dedication of merit. It was translated from the Mandarin by Reverend Heng Shure, who is the abbot of the Berkeley Buddhist Monastery, and put to a Lorena McKennitt tune. So a dedication of merit is simply assuming and believing that when we come together in circles like this, we generate good energy and that we can send it out. We can offer it out. Send it out to the mission, send it out to San Francisco, send it out to our loved ones with the wish that all beings be free. May every living be, our minds as one and radiant with light. Share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness. our grief and pain. May this boundless light meet the darkness of our sacred night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Thank you.
Thank you. So, let's transition. Is there any announcements anybody has? Yes.
Yes, I'm the host today. There's refreshments out there. There's hot tea for coffee. When you're finished with your cup, you can just put it in the dishwasher like at home. At 12:30, people will meet at the front door to go to lunch. All are welcome. I'll be coming around with a Dharma bowl. Please give generously. And also there's a sign-up sheet if you'd like to be on the mailing list.
You're welcome to keep these, and if you want to return them, I'll use them again, and you can just pile them here.
Yes, the registration is open for GBF's annual retreat from September 28th to 30th at Vajrapani. Bill Weber is going to be our Dharma teacher, and I expect that's going to be very popular because he's very popular. So if you're seriously interested, I suggest you register sooner than later because we have a limited number.
And that's on the website?
Yeah, and if you have any questions, talk to Jerry or I.
There's flyers out there also.
There's flyers out there. Beautiful flyers.
And Sammy, if you have any questions on the registrar.
Oh, yeah, there's flyers, and then if you know you're going and you don't need the whole brochure or flyer, there are just the registration forms in plain white paper. You can just grab one of those. Registration is by mail only, not online, so you need that form or you need to print it out at home.
Or see me.
And Tom did the flyer, so
yes.
Thanks. Michael and then Jim.
Yeah, last week I made an announcement about an All Sangha Day, a day of celebration of our Sangha that was going to be on August 5th. Based on some feedback I got about a lot of people being away at that time, we're going to postpone it till sometime in September or October. So stay tuned.
Jim.
It appears that people who have signed the sign-up sheet and are getting email announcements have not gotten put onto the GBF directory. Is anyone here getting emails from us, but not about the new directory, the summer directory that Joe Casper-G puts out? Anyone not getting that?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. All right. Okay, good. The other is that the San Francisco Choral Society on August 12th and 13th is doing a beautiful program. Amy Beach was a prominent American composer in the late 19th and 20th century, and there's a piece of Canticle of the Sun with music to St. Francis's famous prayer. And the big part of the program is Mozart's Mass in C minor, which is one of the great perfections of planetary civilization. I cannot overstate it. Anyway, I'll bring in flyers, but no word to the wise.
What's the date?
12th and 13th of August.
More info can be found by talking to you?
Yeah, and I'll bring in flyers and I'll send out a
Okay.
This is a pre-announcement.
Any other announcements? Things coming up?
I'm going to plug. If you haven't seen it, go see Mr. Rogers' Do You Want to Be My Neighbor movie. It was so refreshing to hear something positive. And he walked the talk.
Yeah. What was it playing?
Alamo, I know, it was one place in Barcadero, I think. Yeah.
I also have one more thing. The monthly book group is now into a new book. We're reading no, we just finished that actually. We're reading Sanctuary, which is the new book by Sensei Zenju Manuel, who's a local Zen sensei, and it's a book about homelessness and finding your place. And so, I think it's August 5th is when the next book group is. So if those are interested, I've been posting on Facebook with the GBF as well as the Yahoo group. But if you want information about the book group, you can ask me afterwards. Good. Okay. All right, we can stand and do the. Oh, Eve, will you do the dedication of merit?
Sure.
Thank you.
And may the merit of this practice be for the benefit of all beings. May all beings everywhere be free.
Thank you for listening to the Gay Buddhist Forum. If you would like to hear several new talks per month and be notified of upcoming speakers so you can participate live, please subscribe to this podcast, like us on Facebook, and join our mailing list by visiting gaybuddhist.org.